Good morning, Exceptional Existence community. Hi, good morning, good morning. I hope you guys are so well on this wonderful morning. I'm coming to you post-gym, pre-work. So I wanted to do a post this morning around the idea, there was something I was listening to from Les Brown. For those of you that don't know him, please do Google him. He's great to just listen to as you work or do anything around the house. And this idea, the quote that he had was, when you choose the easy in life, your life will be hard. And when you choose the harder path, your life will be easy. And I thought, you know what, this is really interesting. And I want to talk about it a little bit better, a little bit more so that I can explain it a little bit better. And why I really resonate with this and why I'd like to invite you to also think about it. So, morning, Tony. Hi. Good evening, Miami. So what I want to talk to you about is this whole idea of making those decisions in life that really don't feel so easy at the time, but can actually take you further in your life. So for example, do you get out of bed in the morning at a time that isn't just when you're racing to work? Have you got that morning protocol? And you know I post and talk about that a lot, so please do go and look at other posts in relation to that. Do you exercise? Do you exercise? Because it's the easy path to not do anything. It's the harder path to get yourself out of bed, especially when it's getting colder, like here, and actually go to the gym when you could just sleep in a little bit longer. Do you eat right? Because it's very easy to go to the supermarket or the store or a restaurant and eat processed bad food versus actually buying something that will really nourish you and perhaps making it yourself so that you know where it's coming from and you know what's in it. So easy path, eating bad; harder path, taking some time to prepare your food and know what you're nourishing your body with. Easy path, lying in bed and not going to the gym; harder path, getting up and going to the gym. And so his point around this whole idea of the harder path will always result in an easier life for you is really, really key. And I really invite you to think about that. So instead of just thinking when you wake up in the morning, you think, oh, I really just want to lie here and like just continue to sleep, then maybe actually think, you know what? That would be nice to lie here and continue to sleep, but actually for my long-term benefit, I'm going to get out of bed and I'm going to go to the gym. And the other thing I really want to make note of is that I talk about taking the harder road or going for the harder choice, but reality is that harder choice doesn't take very long to feel good. So if you're going to the gym, once you've gotten yourself out of bed and you're dragging yourself down to the gym, once you've done that workout, like now, I feel great. So those hard decisions, yes, at the moment in time, they may feel hard, but actually they turn into something of greatness very, very quickly in most cases. Unless you're working on like a major project, then at that point, you know, it might take a little bit more time, but those harder choices tend to be always more rewarding. And I think about a time, so earlier in the year, I went to Africa with an incredible friend of mine and we had such a great time. But the food, it was so delicious, but full of sugar, and I tend to cut sugar completely out of my diet. And if anybody wants to talk to me about that, please do message me, because I'd be more than happy to talk to you about my experience and also what that's done for my life. But I found that it's like an addiction. Sugar is actually a socially accepted drug. Sugar is a socially accepted drug. It really is. So I found myself addicted to it again, because I got back and I was like, oh my God, the sweets when we go on safari, the desserts after dinner, and what it does to you is it does this to your energy levels and your moods. And so at that point I was like, I have to get off this. And it would have been so much easier to go and like have a cake or a bowl of ice cream. But I thought I need to take the hard road so that very soon I actually am going to be back to a place where my body feels good, because then I don't satisfy that immediate need for sugar or cake, but in the long term, and it's not so within a week, I'm off the sugar again and I feel amazing, because that choice to eat that piece of cake takes me down. That easy choice to eat that piece of cake and feed that immediate need takes me down. So I feed the very long-term need and I cut the sugar out. Just want to make sure I don't forget to mention anything that I wanted to say to you guys. You know, the other thing I think also, when you know you should make the hard choices, but you choose to make the easy ones, even though you choose to make that easy choice of staying in bed when you know you should have got up and worked on that side project that you're looking to roll out or go to the gym or whatever, that feeling that comes of disappointment when you don't execute what would have been a little bit harder than the easy choice is worse than taking the easy choice. I hope that makes sense. So that whole idea of like, it's one thing to take the easy road when you're not really thinking about it, but really when you know that there's something you really want to roll out and execute and deliver on because you know that it will be good for you. It demonstrates your self-worth. It's something you want to bring into the world. The feeling of choosing the easy path, even though it gives you immediate, like, I get to sleep in a little bit longer, actually is worse because you're thinking, I'm not executing on this thing that I really want to birth into the world. And that with time can actually generate grief in the physical body. I truly believe that when you're not actually bringing to the world what you know you really want to make a reality, it will actually show up as grief in your physical body. So I really invite you to maybe think about these things the next time you want to choose the easy path, and think about the longer term. Think about the longer term more than just the initial the initial sort of feed that you're going to get from choosing the easy path. I wanted to share another story with you that happened just on the weekend. So I was doing the Exceptional Existence Reboot Method for 16 women, which was amazing. And one of the ladies was talking about weight loss and getting in shape. And she said, her weight is always a reflection of how she feels about herself and her life. So if her weight increases, then she's obviously not in a very good place, but she's kind of hiding behind something and she's going out and she's eating a lot, bad food, she's drinking a lot. But the thing is that in that environment, she's found a community of people that are doing the same thing. So while she knows she's not right, she's actually found a community of people that she can sort of hide in and do the wrong things for her body, take the easy choices that feel good immediately, drinking, eating bad food, and then after a while, she looks at her body and she's like, this weight that I've gained is an indication that I'm not okay. I've clearly taken the easy road and it's led me down the hard path, or it's led me to a harder life because I feel bad. I'm not achieving the things that I want in my life. My energy levels are low. And all of a sudden, I've found a hard life through my easy choices. So it was really interesting because she was saying to me, I just need to get through these next 2 years and then I'll focus on looking after myself. And I said, stop doing that. You need to look after yourself now. You need to make the right decisions now. And even if there is something that you have that, your job, perhaps when you don't work, you have more time to look after yourself. But reality is, if you have a job, if you have children, if you have things you need to do, then you actually, probably more so, have a justification for making sure you are making the right choices because there are people and situations and circumstances that need you. So you need to look after yourself. So don't take the easy road because it will lead to a hard life. I really hope that some of that has helped you in some way, guys. In terms of action items, what I would say is maybe just sit down and look at the ways that you are making the easy choices in life that perhaps in the longer term don't lead to the best results for you. Is there something that you've wanted to do for some time but you're not doing? Are you sleeping in when you know you really want to get up and start a morning exercise routine? Are you eating badly? Do you know that you need to cut the sugar out? Do you know you need to eat better food, cook better food, nourish your body in a better way? Do you know that it's time to start meditating? Do you know it's time to relax more? Are you anxious? Are you constantly anxious? Are you causing yourself more stress than you should in your life? And are there ways that you can do the harder things that perhaps don't feel so easy at the point of execution, but in the very short, long term, actually you know that they're going to get you to a better place? With that, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you think that there's somebody in your community that this post will help, please do share it with them, either by highlighting them or tagging them in the comment section below, or sending it to them in a private message. And remember, guys, please join our community by following the link in the comment section below. That means you'll never miss an email from me again. And actually today, this very day, there's an email going out on meditation and what I recommend, some tools and tricks I recommend for meditation. So please sign up if you haven't already. Otherwise, I'll see you on the other side of the email. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And remember, an exceptional existence is your birthright. So go out and grab it with both hands.